Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn our mother down. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn our mother down. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, folks.
It's season 2, episode 3 of Tyler's Talk Football, sort of.
Straight out of the basement.
Straight out of the basement.
Over there.
So, how are you, Mrs. T?
Well, I'm so excited.
Yes, I bet you are.
I'm so excited today because, you know, this is the first weekend of autumn.
Yes, it
my
is.
favorite season of all.
Of course.
Autumn.
I know that for a fact.
My favorite season of all. But we'll get into that a little bit in a minute.
Yes.
But yes, it's been a wonderful week. But we're gonna, just talk to the folks and let them know what's been going down.
What's going down?
What's going down? Yes.
Well, it's time.
Another Sunday. Man, these Sundays are just whipping around.
Sunday fun day.
They're just whipping around.
Yes, they are.
I can't believe it's almost October.
Right
Jesus,
yes.
I can't believe it.
It will be.
It can get crazy. Crazy.
Okay.
Now, we're going to do our toast, sweetheart,
yes.
as we always do.
As we always do.
We try to mix it up. I had, a few minutes ago, almost a little disaster in the Tyler abode. I was heating up some tea in my clear Buffalo Bills cup. The doggone thing almost exploded. It melted. I hope it's not an omen for the season.
No.
Oh my God. But my Buffalo Bills cup just melted all the way down.
Yeah.
So I always have plan B, C, and D.
You might have had it on too high, but
I think
we
I
don't
did.
know that.
But I always have plan. But I always have plan B.
Plan B.
Thousands of cups.
Of course.
Just thousands of Buffalo Bills cups. So today is toasting.
Toast.
And we're going to toast. But you know what? Let me ask you first, huh?
What's that? I'm having my coffee.
Oh, your coffee
From
again.
Dunkin' Donuts, of course.
No, it's Dunkin'. We said that last week. They're sophisticated now.
Oh, okay.
They're just Dunkin'.
It's just Dunkin'.
They're just Dunkin', but that's okay. Because
force of habits.
Old habits die.
Yes.
Right? So it's Dunkin'. And today I'm on a tea kick because of my beautiful friend Lola.
Of course.
And today, in celebration of autumn, honey,
yes.
Cinnamon sticks.
Oh.
I'm drinking cinnamon sticks.
Okay. Here we go.
Here's to our show. This
okay.
Is so
all right.
So good.
Well.
And, honey.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course.
Before you're anxious to get into.
Well, get into
the season.
Football.
Well, we mentioned that this is briefly my favorite season of all seasons.
Yes,
is autumn. I just can't get enough of it.
Not enough.
And so, in celebration of autumn, I have a new not t-shirt today.
Oh.
A sweatshirt.
Yes.
And it's orange and what are some things on my sweatshirt?
Oh, you know what? I got to put on my glasses.
That's all right. But it's orange in celebration of autumn.
Yeah, yes. Cozy blankets, crunchy leaves, crackling fires, football, crisp mornings.
Yes.
Chilly nights.
Yes.
Comfy sweaters.
Yes.
And pumpkin everything.
Ooh, just so cozy.
Well,
it makes me cozy. I'm your own. Hey, you know what? I'm looking kind of pumpkin.
Yes, you are.
Pumpkin. And
got that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Billy today decided in celebration of autumn and pumpkin and cinnamon and spice and everything nice to bring out the green wig.
Yes,
the turquoisey kind of green, so it's a whole pumpkin thing happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
enough of that.
Enough of those intros.
Enough of all that stuff that nobody cares.
Let's go. Let's get back to last week's games, and of course, we're going to start with my New York Football Giants.
Yes.
Well, they were 1-1 this week. They had a game against Arizona where in the first half they still had scored no points. So for the first 6 quarters of the season, they scored no points. But after being down 20-0 at halftime, they came back with a vengeance.
Thank God.
And they beat the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you, what a game. What a game. They came back, and I guess they beat a record from 1949 of the biggest comeback.
Oh, really?
But yeah, 1949 Giants.
Okay.
We weren't around then, so we don't know anything about that. But that's what they said in the history books, and that's for real. Yeah. So,
congratulations.
But let me move on to Thursday night's game. I'll tell you.
Oh boy.
Whether it was the San Francisco Giants are that good, or the San Francisco Giants, the San Francisco 49ers. Here I go.
Honey, you all right? You all right?
I'm fine,
you okay?
Fine. Baseball snuck in there for a second.
Okay.
The 49ers. Probably one of the better teams this year in the NFL. But they beat the Giants. They kind of beat them up a little bit. And, I'm not making any excuses for the Giants. They still had, no Saquon. They really didn't play well.
Yeah.
And Danny Jones didn't play well. And the Giants, the 49ers. Stop.
Right?
Stop. The 49ers.
It's okay.
The 49ers.
Yes, we're human.
Were very good.
Yeah.
And
do you think it's because they, not to step on your toes, but because they played so close to Sunday? I just don't think it's right. I don't think
well,
it's fair.
for
the guys
Thursday
have a chance
games,
to
you
sleep.
only get 3 days of
It ain't
rest, and not even rest. I mean, one of those days you got to practice a little bit.
Exactly.
You got to look at film one of those days. You got to rest one of the days. So there you have it.
I don't think it's right.
The 49ers are really good.
Yeah.
So,
but you came
okay.
back.
Well,
You got me.
yes.
I was able to live with you. So.
Okay, and let's move on to your Buffalo Bills, of course. The Buffalo Bills.
Yes,
They
well.
won a game.
Yeah, well, first of all, when I say first of all, it's going to be something good.
Okay, what is it?
First of all, thank God we won. Okay, we were home. It was our season opener in Buffalo. And all the Mafia were there. The season shut down, okay? Everybody just the whole city comes to a standstill. I mean, it just does.
Right.
And it's just incredible what goes on in that city.
Right.
Anyway, so they won in beautiful fashion. It's a beautiful day, by the way, last week.
Right.
Gorgeous weather. The Bills were there. Obviously the Bills were there. The
Bills were there.
I don't know about you and I today.
Oh,
what a combination. But anyway, the Bills pulled it out. That's all that matters. They won at home against Vegas.
Yes.
And my Josh
was
offensive player as well. He should have been. He had
to bounce back from a terrible showing the first week.
Well, it was abysmal. But that's the beauty, And can I just say this, son? You know how I always kind of weave together lessons in life with our show?
Yeah.
With our show, because it's what I do.
This is what you do.
People were calling Josh, like they called, your team putrid. They called my Josh and my Bills abysmal because of that first game against the, and then, but they didn't get. We were worried about my Josh getting in his head and slowing down. But as in life, you can be down one day, you got to be up the next. You got to just keep things in perspective to keep the goals, and that's all I'm going to say.
Well, let's moving along. How about that? How about Mr. Mahomes?
Oh, jeez. Patrick,
you know they had to give him that money because now he was like in 8th place of the quarterback.
And ain't gonna be.
All of a sudden, right up to the top.
He ain't gonna be lower than Joe Cool or anybody. Patrick is number one.
Not. He is well deserved.
What is he? 19? No, he's
19.
I mean, no, he's late. I'm sorry.
27.
He's fantastic. And how much is his contract? I just saw it.
Well. Actually,
big money.
In 2020, I believe they signed a 10-year contract for about $400 and something million. But now what they said was, okay, between 23 and 26, they're going to restructure that $210 million, about 52.9 per year. So he's the highest 4-year contract of any QB in history. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of moolah.
52 million
a year.
Let's just say that slowly.
And play
52 million.
17 games plus playoffs if you make it. I tell you, that's a lot of moolah per game.
Well,
he's already set up for the rest of his life and his family.
I guess he is.
He's been set up. It's like winning the lotto.
Yeah.
But anyway,
congratulations, Mr.
let's move on.
Congratulations.
And also now the injury carousel.
Oh, gee.
Another man down.
Man down.
Hits the NFL again.
Man down. A lot of broken bones.
Oh my goodness.
Just
oh my
bones
goodness.
Flying all over the place.
Stephon Diggs' brother, Trevor.
Oh, this breaks my heart because he
is out for the season.
One of the Diggs brothers.
Dallas Cowboys. One of the Diggs. Did I say Diggs? Okay.
Yeah, you said Diggs.
I know. I just was checking.
It's Stephon and Trayvon.
Trayvon. Did I say Trevor?
Trevor.
Anyway, Trayvon. He's out for the season.
Oh my
with
goodness,
a terrible
that's
injury.
awful.
And again, another running back. Nick Chubb's. The Browns.
Play?
Hey, no, he's running back for the Browns, and the injury was so terrible they wouldn't even repeat it on TV.
Oh boy.
He got his knee smashed into. It turns out that they're thinking it's not as bad as it thinks, but I think it's still season ending. It's an MCL instead of the ACL. Maybe stretch the ACL, but you know what? It was really bad. It was really bad.
Well, you know it's pretty bad when they don't show that. You know they don't play it back. Do you think the patella was just shattered?
No, it wasn't.
Did a bone just shoot right through? I mean, I don't want to see that.
You know what? You would think something like that happened, but they wouldn't show it.
Thank God.
So
if children were there, we don't want to see that.
Maybe you know what? The idea is this though.
Yeah. It's too much.
Nick Chubb is a running back, and you know that the running backs that are injured now, with Jonathan Taylor and of course, my man Saquon Barkley. You know those three, along with Nick Chubb, Saquon, and Jonathan Taylor of the Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted the contracts rewritten. They wanted big money, big paydays. And you know, running backs have a short shelf life. They're very expendable, and it's almost like the owners knew what they were doing by not giving them that money, because you know they're expendable. I mean, it's a tough position. It doesn't last as long as a lot of other positions in the NFL. Although there are some that have really been running backs for quite some time, but that's another segment to talk about. But those three injured for now. I hope they get some money in whatever contracts they sign in the future, but it may not be that big money because.
Do they consider them like a damaged goods? And I mean, I know that sounds very harsh,
harsh.
With my knowledge of football, but damaged goods. I mean, when I say, then they should get whatever they get that money on top. Get that because you don't know what day your bones are going to just shatter.
Right.
You're going to be injured hobbling along.
Well. Anyway, let's move on to today's games, and there are several games that are in the picture that we should be concerned with.
Of course.
And right up top, we're going to talk about the Buffalo Bills versus the Washington Commanders.
This is going to be quite the game, but you know why?
It's going to be a good game.
It's going to be a great game. We are now 1-0.
No, you're 1-1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You forgot the game against the Jets so soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did I?
Because you wanted to forget that one.
Okay. 1-1. And the Commanders are 2-0, I believe.
Yes, they are. They're undefeated.
But you know what I'm kind of down about today?
What's that?
It ain't going to be on TV.
Yes, it's not.
For those of us in the Connecticut, New York City metro market, it ain't on TV. So I guess I'm just going to have to run to Home Goods, get a few pillows, and then listen to it in the car or pull it up on Google.
Who's the radio upstairs?
But because I get so anxious when I can't see it, so I'm able to go to Home Goods, and that kind of soothes my nerves. Yeah. But I wish the fellas well. They're playing in the nation's capital, and
well, you know what?
Game.
Let's
a lot of hoopla around the Commanders.
But you know what? I kind of like jumped ahead a little bit to talk about today's games.
Okay.
I did want to quickly mention last week's big wins actually. Of course, we already talked about Bills over the Raiders. The Ravens over the Bengals. They've beaten them a few times in a row now. They have their number. Of course, the 49ers, 2 big wins. And, of course, the Dolphins over the New England Patriots.
Oh, that's so sad.
That's going to be a tough division.
Belichick, is that the coach?
That's the coach.
How much sadder can he continue to look? I've never seen, with no disrespect to our Boston fans, never seen a New England rather.
He looks sad.
Have you ever seen the man smile in your entire?
No.
Such a sad looking individual. I'm very concerned. There's some depression going on.
All these years, if I ever saw the man smile, it had to be on one hand and less than
making $100 million a year and he can't smile.
It's.
Yeah, well, let me tell you.
He's not making $100 million a year.
They're making big cheese.
Come on.
They're making big cheese.
They're making cheese, but they're not making that kind of cheese.
They're making a lot of clam chowder over there.
Yeah.
But the man couldn't smile. I mean, come on.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Continuing with today's games.
Yes.
Okay.
Besides
outside
the Bills
and the Commanders.
And you're not playing today.
No. They needed a break.
Yeah, they do.
They'll be playing next Sunday. Of course, the Bills and the Commanders, as we mentioned, the New England versus the Jets. Even though, both teams need a little help, but
yeah, they do.
But that should be an interesting game. It's been a big rivalry for quite some time, and it will continue being a big rivalry. But we'll see who wins. That's like a toss it up.
Are they still going with the kid, Zach?
Of course, they have to
Yeah.
go with Zach.
How long do you think? I was thinking this last week, and we can just talk about it briefly. Um, I know that they're putting all their, their faith and confidence in Zach. They want him to feel like he's the man. He can do this after, of course, Rogers' unfortunate injury. Now, if just play devil's advocate for a minute.
Let's play devil's advocate.
If they were continue to lose,
Yeah.
how long is the organization going to say, we're still behind Zach? They want they have to make some changes, don't you think? You think they're looking at some quarterbacks, in a, another phone call?
Well, you know what they are.
In the dark of the
They
night,
are,
trying to make phone
but
calls?
they're making sure that everyone knows that Zach is their man for now, as long as he's healthy.
Well,
But if he continues
If he keeps
at the
losing,
pace
he can be
that
their
he's
man.
doing, not only just losing, but losing with turnovers and things like that,
Yeah.
they may have to make a decision. And
Oh, man, I
but
feel for
that
him.
is the NFL. Okay, if next man up. If you're not doing your job,
It's a tough business to
you
be
will be
in.
pushed along a little bit. But unfortunately with Zach, he was not only pushed along, but he was almost run out the door.
Oh,
And
jeez.
but you know what?
Oh,
As
poor
things
Zach.
go,
Run out the door,
Aaron
but they
gets
kept him.
hurt,
Yeah,
and
we
you
talked
know
about
what?
that.
It comes back around.
It all comes back around.
But he has to improve,
Yeah, he
and that's
does.
the main thing.
He does.
Okay, Atlanta and Detroit, two up and coming teams. They play each other. Atlanta is undefeated. Detroit has that one loss. That should be a good game. And of course, you Atlanta and Detroit fans should look forward to that. Of course. Also, another game with undefeated teams, teams that have not won. Of course, Minnesota and the Chargers. Now they were expected to, and it will be in Minnesota. They were expected to be a little bit better and possibly be playoff teams again this year. But
What's going on?
the Chargers have not been looking good, and neither has Minnesota. So something has to give. You don't want to start off 0-3.
They haven't won any games yet?
No, both teams.
Oh,
You don't want
jeez.
to start off
Oh,
0-3
that's tough.
if you really expect to make the playoffs.
That's what I always say.
But teams have made the playoffs in the past that started 0-3, but it's just something that you still have to overcome, and it takes weeks to overcome that.
Yeah,
So
6 weeks.
and we're only 17 game
Yeah.
regular season in the NFL, so
Wow.
hey, they have to do what they have to do.
Well, just like we continue to say, any given Sunday, one day you're up, one day you're down.
And on Monday night there is a doubleheader, but the first game is the one that is the most interesting one, and that would be Philly versus Tampa Bay, two undefeated teams so far.
Jalen Hurts is having
Jalen Hurts will be hurting somebody.
He's having a phenomenal season.
Yes,
That young man is doing very well.
Yes, he is, and so is Tampa Bay, and they're doing well right now. And so we'll see what happens with that game. It's in Tampa Bay, and of course that would be a good game for Monday night.
Who is? I'm always looking at like little stories that.
Yes.
I mean, you're like we say, Tyler's talk football. That we bring the facts, and I bring the follies. You bring the facts. But I love human interest stories so
Yes.
much. Always have. And I was listening to watching TV earlier, doing a little research. There's a young man, quarterback. I believe he plays with the Vikings. I love his last name. It's Love.
Oh, the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, I said the Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
That's all right.
Okay, Green Bay, the Cheeseheads.
The Cheeseheads.
Well, Jason or what's his name? Something Love. Whatever, Mr. Love.
Mr.
Quarterback.
Love. Let's call him Mr. Love.
If that's not the best name ever in the world, I love.
Yes.
Love. Very nice.
Yes,
Very nice.
yes. Matter of fact, they're
Start-
trying to compare him with the early years that Aaron had there, as far as
Some
not
big shoes
too
to
many
fill.
interceptions at all. He's not turnovers. He's doing pretty well.
That's great.
And it's about time he got a chance to play.
Everybody should have a chance.
Yes, they all should have a chance.
They should have. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is
In
what
the
it is.
NFL,
Yes.
of course. You can tell I'm excited. Every Sunday I'm excited about football, and of course, these games today. There's not a lot of them that
Which
are
one are
really
you really
significant.
looking? Which one? As soon as we're done with this show, which one are you really going to jump into since your guys aren't playing? Because I'll be at Home Goods.
Well, I think I am interested, of course, in the Bills and Commanders. I like
But they're
that
not
game.
on TV, honey.
They're not on TV, but I'm interested in their game. But as far as what's on TV,
Yeah.
there is. I'm gonna have to check the schedule, the TV schedule. There is the New Orleans is playing. And I don't have that off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that's on Fox
Mm-hmm.
right now. Of course, Jets and New England. That's always going to be
Mm-hmm.
a great game.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yes. Yes.
And
Well, you have enough. We have
yes.
snacks. You'll be fine. There's
Yes,
I
yes,
noticed
yes.
a lot of Triscuits and
We
crackers
do have
and
all that.
cheese
We
and
do have all that.
this stuff down here in the man cave. So
All right.
yeah, well, this, you know what, we're going to wrap this up today, but without of course, without saying
segment.
it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
And
Take it away, Mrs. T.
thank you. Well, Billy tries to do her due diligence every week
Yes.
in finding a human interest story that I'd like to merge sports with entertainment because I do love pop culture very much.
Of course you do.
And I want to say congratulations are in order. It's been verified that Travis Kelce is dating the super mega beautiful talented woman, Miss Taylor Swift. Is that not a super powerful couple there, right there? And I mean, talented, mega talented, and I wish them all the best. You know, love is, we'll see how long it lasts. And Taylor is known for when something doesn't work, then she can write one hell of an album. That woman is a writing machine.
Yes.
A writing machine.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So if you don't want to be
talented.
talked about, sung about, then you better make sure.
Travis better do right.
You better do right.
Better do right. But they're young, they're in love, they're tall. Both of them tall.
Oh yeah.
They tall.
Yeah.
And I wish these young people, the best. I mean, everybody deserves a
course.
chance at love.
Right.
And in closing the show, guess what I just found out?
What did you just?
Oh, I'm so excited.
I know you
because
are.
I love a good Super Bowl.
Yes.
And
We
I
all
really
do.
love, even more than that, a good halftime
A good halftime
show.
show.
I love me a good halftime show. The incomparable, the incredible, Usher.
Usher. Yes.
Who's having a heck of a year in Vegas,
Of
right,
course
by the way,
he
his
is.
residency.
Yes.
He will be, now they haven't said who else will be with him, but he is the headliner. Who
Don't
knows?
really
It doesn't
need
even,
anybody
he doesn't
with
need
him.
nobody. Usher can
Yes.
just take it away, Usher.
All right. Well, that wraps up this show
Sunday,
for this
yes.
week. Sunday fun day.
Yes.
Please remember
Happy autumn
yes.
weekend.
Please remember to subscribe. Just hit that button.
Yes.
And
We
we'll be
love
glad
you,
to have
as always.
As always.
And we appreciate you.
We
We
appreciate
thank
your
you.
time.
Be safe.
Enjoy your games, everybody.
And happy autumn.
Yes. Bye bye now.